Hello, what you are looking at is a picture of Toys R Us Times Square from the official Connect launch. I think it was back in July of last year. I don't even remember, or January of last year. I actually worked this event, and this event was actually a very big event. I was very excited for this. Compared to all our other midnight launches, this is the only one that got mainstream attention, because no one really goes to Toys R Us for Halo Reach or Black Ops at midnight. Let's be serious, we had maybe like 20 people at most who went to these things, but this was the first one that actually got mainstream attention because this was the big launch of Connect. This was here in Times Square, a huge event. I was so excited to be working this. Basically, this video is a trilogy of videos of my life of working in Toys R Us Times Square. I worked there for almost 3 years. I was actually fired in December of 2011. I actually quit in December 2010. They asked me to come back a few months later. I did. Fired a year later, essentially. But I was there for 3 years, and for the most part, I'm going to start this video off by telling you I am not an employee scorn. I am not making this video as bitter payback. I'm not making this video for any other reason other than that. I saw a video about a Confessions of a Disney Employee, and I decided I'm going to give my experience of Toys R Us Times Square. I like seeing people's reactions to how they worked at a job. I want to do the same. For the most part, I loved working here for so long. I really did. I met so many awesome people, so many personalities. It was a fun place to work. I met my best friend there, a person I love with all my heart. And this store was truly awesome. I loved it. Until, after a while, the backstage politics come out, things like that. And the unprofessionalism starts to come into play. Now, mind you, when you first start working here, they seal the deal. They give you like the best group interview, playing with Legos and shit, like we're actually going to do that when we work here, making it seem like Toys R Us is the funnest place, in the world. The guy who actually did the group interviews, I'm not going to say any names, real names in the video, but the guy who did the group interviews, really cool guy. I still like him, He's like, Toys R Us Times Square, it's the hottest show on Broadway. They actually make you want to work here. I noticed from the beginning, when I went for my group interview, there were 3 managers. After the group interview, they did one-on-ones. Mind you, no one in the group interview took notes, and no one who did the one-on-ones were the people in the group interviews. And I thought, how do they know then how we did in the group interviews? 2 years later, I talked to a manager. The group interviews are a joke, because during season, they hire over 600 employees, and I noticed everyone in my group interview was hired, like 2 weeks later. And that was my first sign, like, this is a bit, okay, alright, whatever, Mike, you're digging too deep already. You're just happy you got a job. Pay was good at first, a modest pay. I'm not going to talk about salaries because there's a lot of people who still work there that I know, and I don't want to put their basic salary on the spot right now. But I start working there, and my job, what I'm just, told to do is recommend items to guests. I could gladly do that, We don't have the Batmobile toy you want, but we do have Batman action figures. I could do that. Easy stuff. What else? Sell items. Sometimes we get donations. I love doing that. I'm a very charitable person. I ran a marathon, actually, half marathon, for charity. When we do Toys for Tots and autism things, I've always, asked customers, would you like to donate $1 for Toys for Tots? Would you like to donate $1 for Autism Speaks? I was a very big advocate for that. I thought that was very modest of Toys R Us to do. And then there are the things that, as the consumer, you might notice when you go into the store. You buy a bottle of water. You're very thirsty one day. You go for a bottle of water, and the associate asks you, would you like batteries for anything today? What? No, I don't need batteries. Oh, okay, would you like to pay for this on your Toys R Us credit card? Oh, I don't have one. Okay, would you like to sign up for one today? No, I'm buying water. I don't want to sign up for a credit card and then put the credit card on my water. Okay. But what about a Toys R Us rewards card? Do you have one of those? Because if you don't, we can sign you up right now. It's free. It's not a credit card. It's a points card. No, I don't come to the city. I really just, I don't go to Toys R Us a lot. Just want to get water. Oh, okay, but this could be used anywhere. And you get, for every 150 points you use, you get $5. 5 virtual dollars that you can only actually get 2 in one period. But, virtual dollars nonetheless. No, thank you. And these associates might irk the fuck out of you. Because it's like, I want some goddamn water. Don't be, asking me to buy other crap. This is our job. this was not in my resume. I mean, this was not in my, official job manuscript thing when I got there, my contract. My job contract said I would sell items, be on time, don't pierce my ears, don't get weird hair colors, not to offer batteries to people who buy bottles of water, not to bombard them with credit card applications, and not to make them sign up for a points card if they turn the others down. Toys R Us, we have something called metrics. I'm doing something Toys R Us doesn't want me to do. I'm talking about this on YouTube, which is actually, they updated the contract to say, really, but I don't work there anymore. So, oh, and for all intensive purposes, I'll say this right now, in case, anyone does try to come at me, this is a parody. This whole video is a parody, which, in the legal world, I can get away with saying this then. Because all this is one big exaggerated joke. I'm just parodying the Toys R Us system right now. Toys R Us has metrics, and they require us to get these loyalty card signups, credit card signups, and ask for the batteries. Now, the thing is, with the credit cards, the thing that irked me the most is those were hard to get, because in today's economy, people do not want to sign up for credit cards. And I hated forcing that down people's throat. And I asked my manager, biggest dick in the world, supervisor. I'm not going to say his real name, but I'm going to call him Raul. We'll call him Raul. Raul would tell me, I'd be like, but they usually tell me they're going to get denied, they have bad credit. He goes, no, tell them they'll apply, and they might get the store card instead of the credit card. You're just trying to help them out so they can still get their merchandise and not spend their money. Yeah, but if they can't get approved to a one card and they question it, then most likely they're not going to be able to pay the bill when they get that. So aren't I really making it worse for them? No, that's not your problem. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about, hey, I'm a little short on dough. I wish there was another way I could pay. Oh, hey, look, there is this Toys R Us card. Okay, I don't really want to push this, but they wring our necks to get these things. I know lots of people who were actually fired because they didn't get these things, because they didn't get people to sign up for the credit card. As silly as that is, there was a time where we even started faking them. Like, we signed up like fake people for credit cards and like put fake social security numbers. I wasn't the person who did this, but I know lots of people did. A few people were terminated, and that's because Chase actually audited Toys R Us. They actually found out what was going on, and then they came down on us. But the reason that associates were doing that is because they felt scared for their jobs. They felt that was the only thing to do, because people weren't signing up for the... If you go to Toys R Us Times Square on any given February night, you will see that during a weekday, there'll maybe be like 3 people on the bottom floor for like an hour. It's dead. And they want at least each person to get 5 of these in a shift? Are you kidding me? I know it sounds easy, but trust me, it's not at all. This is a big process to do. And then the other thing is warranties. They push that like you would not believe. This is another thing that was not in my job description when I got the job. It was mentioned to me, but it was no official job description, and they pushed it down their throats. I was great at these things. In any given shift, I could get 15 to 20 of these. And then they had me build puzzles a year into my career. But whatever, that makes perfect sense. But they pushed these things down the associates' neck. Anything that was remote, anything that had electronics in it, battery operated, they want a warranty. A Barbie doll with batteries, it could break, get a warranty. A video game, and the disc could get scratched, get the warranty. This was ridiculous, I thought. I sold warranties to people on things that I thought they should not get a warranty. I felt like they were just saying yes because I asked them, and they were those people who couldn't turn it down. Now, I know I'm not overly religious person. I shouldn't, feel bad about this. But I did feel bad sometimes when I felt like I was pushing this down their throats, because I knew sometimes they just said yes, just so I wouldn't hound them or ask them. And I felt it was a very dickish thing to do. And a good friend of mine who actually works at Apple now, I'm not going to say his name because Apple will get on his case, he said to his manager at the time, he said, I don't like this because I feel bad because we're essentially forcing this down their throat. And the manager said to him, and this is a quote, I'm not going to say her name, her, that's exactly what you're doing, and if you don't, it's your job. What a great way to scare your employees into making you more money. Well, there's still plenty more I want to talk about, a lot more actually I want to talk about, but I'm running out of time for this video. I'm going to release 2 more parts. I hope you listened to them, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you come back for more. Thank you again for listening to Confessions of a Toys R Us Employee. Until next time.